how do you feel about the CRA programs?
I think that they're good programs for the right person. They slow down the whole process.
Okay.
And they have their own requirements and their own stipulations, and I think the best use of that program is for the buyer not to have that money to go to settlement.
Alright.
I think it's better for them to be able to go to settlement if they need to, and be able to get that money, when they get it, and put it into their coffer as such.
Okay.
But it's a value to the buyer, but it really slows down the process, and a lot of sellers don't like that to be contingent on the deals.
Okay. In terms of private mortgage insurance, if you put less than 20% down, and you don't have a strong equity position in the property, you're going to pay that PMI insurance.
Well, there are some programs based on your credit ratings where you might not have to.
Okay.
But typically, yes, but again, there's ways of getting around PMI. There's what's called piggyback loans, where you can actually take out 2 loans, and sometimes it costs you less than if you took out one with PMI.
Okay.
So there are ways around it based on income and credit.
Okay. All right. Now, in terms of the knowledge that I gathered with private mortgage insurance, basically, when a bank goes out and agrees to lend you more than 80 cents on the dollar, they are sharing that risk with the insurance company. That's why in the days of old, it was typical for our parents to put 20% down to purchase their first home. But now I could purchase a home with 3% down because I qualify for this particular program under Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. It doesn't mean that the banks has changed their strategy all that much. It just means that the bank has to bring insurance and offsetting the risk. Now, you're the customer, you're paying for that risk, which is called Terms Private Mortgage Insurance. So you're paying that. In the case of the FHA or VA, when the government insured program, you're paying what is called the upfront MIP. That's just private mortgage insurance with the letters reversed. That stands for mortgage insurance premium, and that was just a creative way for the government to separate themselves from the conventional market. That's what I call it. So the way the real estate market is right now, it's real slow. You have a lot of buyers out here where they are kind of a little scared in terms of they want to, buy right property, or they want to they can purchase the property maybe 50% of the market value, but then some of those homes are like in war zones. And I know most people don't like to purchase a property in war zones. So for the first time home buyer, in terms of your experience, in terms of your expertise, which way you would guide them in terms of the type of neighborhood that they should purchase a property in? Or what
I don't guide them in terms of neighborhood at all.
Okay.
They would need to let me know what areas they want to be in. Oftentimes their price range is what's going to guide them to a neighborhood, however.
Right.
So based on what they can afford is really what's going to dictate where the houses are that they're going to look at.
Alrighty. And who is your top producing real estate agent at your establishment?
We haven't done the year-end numbers right now. I can tell you for December, our top sales agent was Janelle Grant, and our top listing agent was Annette Thornton. But we haven't done the end of the year production to know overall top.
Okay. Alright, now in terms of real estate investing, there's 3 types of properties that you can buy. Number 1, you can buy low income. Number 2, you can buy middle income. Number 3, you can buy upper income. So no matter what type of property you're willing to purchase, the property is going to fall into one of those 3 categories. Now, as a real estate investor, and they came to you in terms of, let's say they want to purchase maybe residential property, or let's say they want to purchase commercial real estate, in terms of cash flow, and I know there's a lot of cash flow properties that's out there on the market, what would you suggest to a real estate investor? Would you tell them to invest in a co-op, or would you tell them to invest in an apartment building that probably owns 10 to 15 units in terms of cash flow?
It goes back to how much money they want to work with, how much of their own money they want to use, what their income goals and objectives are in the long run. Are they just looking for strictly a cash flow today? Do they want equity built up? What price range? How are they financing it? It's not a simple question, neither is it a simple answer.
All right.